Remember these golden oldies? Today, Top Notch takes you on a trip down memory lane with the best Commodore 64 games ever made. Number 10, Uridium. Uridium, developed by Ghouls'n Consultants in 1986, stands as a classic in the realm of retro gaming. Set in the distant future, the game places players in control of the Manta, a sleek spacecraft tasked with infiltrating enemy dreadnoughts to destroy them. The game's fluid controls and intense action offers a thrilling arcade experience. Each level presents a new challenge, with enemy ships and obstacles increasing in difficulty as players progress their adventure in space. Number 9, Platoon. Platoon was released in 1987 by Ocean Software. Set in the jungles of Vietnam, Platoon thrusts players into the role of a soldier navigating through hostile territory, facing off against enemy troops and overcoming obstacles along the way. The game's graphics, though limited by the technology of its time, were groundbreaking, capturing the dense foliage and chaotic battles of the Vietnam War era. Number 8, International Karate. International Karate was released in 1985 by System 3 Software. The game redefined the fighting genre with its simplistic yet engaging gameplay and attention to detail. Set against the backdrop of a traditional martial arts tournament, players assume the role of a karateka striving for victory. Get ready to execute various punches, kicks, and defensive maneuvers to defeat opponents in one-on-one combat. Number 7, Cauldron 2. Cauldron 2, developed by Palace Software in 1986, is a side-scrolling platformer where players control a bouncing pumpkin that is on the quest of vengeance against the evil Witch Queen. Just like the first game, Cauldron is an item hunting game. However, since the plot takes place entirely on the grounds of the witch's castle, everything you need can be found there. This includes defensive items, ingredients to cast the spell, and of course, a cauldron, an eerie masterpiece. Number 6, Ghouls'n Ghosts. Ghouls'n Ghosts, with its hauntingly atmospheric design, was developed by Elite Systems in 1988. Set in a mystical realm infested with ghouls and monsters, players assume the role of a brave knight tasked with rescuing a princess from the forces of darkness. One of the standout features of Ghouls'n Ghosts is its challenging gameplay, which strikes the perfect balance between difficulty and enjoyment. As players traverse through a variety of dark landscapes, they encounter foes and cunning traps that test their reflexes and strategic skills. Number 5, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was released in 1984 and developed by Ron Fortier. Players take on the role of the legendary martial artist, embarking on a quest to defeat an evil wizard and claim infinite wealth. What sets Bruce Lee apart from other games of its era is the interaction between characters and environments. The game features a variety of enemies, including a ninja and a sumo wrestler, each presenting unique challenges that require strategic thinking to overcome. The game's levels offer a blend of action, exploration, and puzzle-solving tasks that will keep you engaged throughout your adventure. Number 4. The Great Giana Sisters. The Great Giana Sisters was developed by Time Warp Productions, released in 1987, and stands as a landmark title in the platformer genre. Despite legal controversies surrounding its similarities to Nintendo's classic platformer, The Great Giana Sisters is remembered as a classic of the 8-bit gaming era. Each level offers challenges and secrets that encourage exploration and replayability, traits that were especially valued in the era of arcade and early home console gaming. The game's graphics and sound, crafted with the Commodore 64's capabilities in mind, were also standout features. Number 3. Green Beret. Green Beret, also known as Russian Attack, is a side-scroller developed by Konami for the arcade and later ported to various home systems. In 1986, the game puts players in the boots of a Special Forces operative tasked with rescuing prisoners of war from a heavily fortified enemy territory. Green Beret's gameplay is challenging, requiring players to navigate through levels filled with enemies using a simple arsenal consisting of a knife for close combat and firearms for ranged attacks. This simplicity and control, along with the game's demanding difficulty, makes for an addictively rewarding experience. Number 2. Rick Dangerous. Rick Dangerous was developed by Core Design in 1989. This action-adventure game puts players in the shoes of Rick, an explorer whose gameplay draws inspiration from iconic characters like Indiana Jones. Each level is well-designed with a variety of traps, puzzles, and enemies, and themed around different locations, including a South American jungle and Nazi Germany, which adds to the game's adventurous feel. Number 1. The Last Ninja. The Last Ninja was released for the Commodore 64 in 1987 and developed by System 3. The game is set in a fantastical rendition of feudal Japan, where the player, in the role of Armakuni, the last surviving member of his ninja clan, is tasked with avenging his fallen brothers and thwarting the plans of Shogun Kunitoki. What set The Last Ninja apart was its pioneering use of an isometric perspective and levels brimming with puzzles, traps, and enemies, which was a rarity in video games at the time, a true retro classic. If you remember any of these retro classics, or think any are missing from our list, let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's Top Notch, hit those like and subscribe buttons.